who is the son of the former Ohio State great Jim Jackson, a fourth pick overall in the NBA draft, and a terrific throw. Here comes Justin Jackson.
Well, that's a great job by Frank Kaminsky to force Justin Jackson to stop.
Screen by Page. Jackson the three. Got it. Justin Jackson.
You can't allow this team to get second and third looks at the basket.
Koenig, three. Rebound. Tokoto. Ahead it goes. Hits. Into Gusser. And two right there.
And no
team for Decker.
And 4 assists for Koenig.
How well has Decker done tonight finding open space?
Woo! Nice pass from the...
And you can expect this Arkansas pressure to be hot and heavy the whole game. Great pass there up the middle. And Page finishes. Bad pass by Bobby Portis there. Bounce pass right in his ankle. Numbers for Carolina. Johnson! Scorer's table. This pace is getting everybody, and a turnover by Madden. Page to Tokoto, over to Berry, 2 more. 2 at the line. You know, Arkansas relies on wearing people out. Carolina plays a lot of guys. Hicks for 2. That was picture perfect attacking of the press. Nearly a turnover by Madden, but he recovers with 5.5 to play in the first. And we have the whistle away from the ball. Well, watch this. Watch Marcus Page. He's bringing the ball to the middle of the floor. That's where you need to go against the pressure. So the ball comes to the middle and then to the wing, and then a dive by Isaiah Hicks. That is picture perfect breaking and attacking of the pressure. The foul was on Arkansas's Moses Kingsley. So the ball over to North Carolina with 5:15 to go. Jackson jumper, yes. Great deep 3. Off the front of the rim, gets his own rebound. They got to get the ball into the post area. They really haven't done that. Right there, they got to get it to Isaiah Hicks or Bryce Johnson. Get a guy flashing into the middle. Meek still on the bench with 4 fouls for the Tar Heels. Jackson floater from the baseline. What a shot! Big tournament for Michael Qualls. 20 against Wofford. And now Qualls with 23 tonight. Tokoto to Jackson for 2. Great feed from Tokoto. 2-2 at the line. The lead is down to 7 with 4 minutes to go. Winner to the Sweet 16 on Thursday. Jackson makes the catch, spins. Qualls got a hand on that. Inside 2 minutes to go. Winner advances to LA for the Sweet 16. Tokoto to Jackson. The rest of the team hasn't hit. Chambers trying to change that. He can't. And a big rebound by Tokoto. Pushes it up ahead to Meeks. And Meeks lays it in. Now that Saunders tried to do too much there. And now the outlet to Page. Page lays it in. Solid defense. 5 guys got a rebound. But North Carolina's got to go inside. And you see Wesley Saunders playing off of J.P. Tokoto. Jackson.
And here come the Heels. Astoria picks up Page in transition. Good pass. And a good finish by Bryce Johnson to tie. He couldn't miss in the first half against Miami. Bryce Johnson, Kennedy Meeks return for North Carolina. Joel Berry the second into the game for the first time. Bonzie Colson, who was tremendous last night in Notre Dame's win over Duke, takes over for August in the middle of that 2-3 zone. So the Irish even smaller. Well, Notre Dame in the zone cannot lose sight of Marcus Page. Bryce Johnson, he looked as mobile as he's ever looked. Astoria misses the 3. Johnson skies for the rebound for the Heels. Tokoto lobs inside. Meeks scores again, and right now Notre Dame. Last rebounds. Well, they've weathered the storm. Stolen away by Tokoto. Nice feed to Jackson. Well, what a save by air ball from the baseline, and back on the Tar Heels. Into Johnson. Turnaround. Good. Well, that is right in his. Tokoto had it, tips it off to Johnson. 6-point game. Page misses the three. Stolen away, though, by Tokoto. Justin Jackson will lay it in to get it back down to 6. But again, the game, Marcus Page is feeling better. That the plantar fasciitis is less of a problem now than it was earlier. He didn't practice for a number of weeks. He's starting to practice more recently. Keep in mind, this is the 3rd game in as many days for Carolina. Justin Jackson, who has been in.
How about the tables being turned with Virginia going high-low and attacking North Carolina in the paint.
Page knocks down a 3. Boy, did Carolina need that. Brogdon misses the 3. And skying for the rebound, Isaiah Hicks.
Atkins was right there. He just mistimed it. Nobody blocked him out.
Jackson, he hit one from that spot earlier, and he'll do it again.
Well, that's 5.
UNC, they just got what they wanted. We were just really out of character, and bottom line, we have to be sounder and tougher in the second half. For UNC, Roy Williams said that they have to do a better job of playing through the double team. 4 turnovers there. Not happy with that. Also need to hit the offensive boards. UVA has 6 second chance points.
Fuentes coming off the little pin down by the elbow and just gives it right up to Brogdon. This is where Carolina has to be tough on the offensive end. Virginia got to score. You've got to be tough enough to run offense against a great defense and score.
Jackson gets a look. His 4th 3 of the game.
Rick Pitino. Louisville dressed in white. Bryce Johnson won the tip for the Carolina Blue. Mike Eads, Tim Nestor, and Bill Covington working the game, and they're underway. 3rd meeting of the season. They played 2 classics in the regular season, each winning on their home court, but having to come from double figures down in the second half to do so. Marcus Page for 3 and a great start. Rozier, the pull-up well off the mark. James, a nice job to tip it out. Leads to a break. Tokoto off to Jackson. And averaging 10.7 points per game. He is their 3rd leading scorer. Almost all of their scoring comes from Rozier at 17 a game. Harrell just under 16. Blackshear just under 11. The next highest scorer is on a Walker with 3.5 points per game. Kennedy Meeks plays. Hanlon's 3 way off. Carolina ball down by 2. 6 minutes played. Carolina 21-10 on the year. 11-7 in the ACC. Joel James, the nice turnaround. An athlete of the year in the ACC. Tokoto, the rebound. Wow! Beautiful pass right on.
He's one of the best defenders in the country.
Hanlon 12 points now. Nifty floater by Nate. The others, Craig Smith, Jared Dudley, and Tyrese Rice. Beautiful feed by Tokoto. Get him in the low post.
Good ball pressure, stolen away. Tokoto ahead to Bryce Johnson. To some degree, the most notable of whom, of course, was Jahlil Okafor, who did it in the Carolina game. But Mike Krzyzewski says everybody is okay to go. And because they're not deep, their starters are playing some big minutes in conference play.
They have to be wary of fouls, and everybody has to go to the glass.
Nice turnaround. And we're just past the 10-minute mark.
Cook got off to the same start in the game at Duke. Had a terrific first half. Almost a back cut for J.P. Tokoto against Matt Jones.
Theo Pinson on the floor now for Carolina. Back this week from a foot injury. James. Wow. That is not option 1.
At the man-to-man. James on Okafor.
Tokoto the rebound. Cross-court look. Page.
They came and double-teamed. It looked like Okafor had waited too long. When the double team left, then he attacked.
Double figures for Okafor. He's been in double figures in every game in which he's appeared this year except for one, the blowout win over Wake this week when he only played 19 minutes. Hicks open just inside the arc, and he knocks down an 18-footer.
And really took advantage. Justin Jackson just over-pursued just a bit. And the hesitation move and terrific stop and floater by Quinn Cook.
Johnson. Turnaround over Okafor is good.
Oh, that is so.
3 in their loss to Clemson. And remember, Georgia Tech is still without Chris Bolden. He continues to serve a suspension. He will do so through at least the first game of the ACC tournament. Another turnover. 4th. Shot clock at 6. Todrick Jackson has it ripped away by Johnson. And a transition bucket going.
Contact. Go for the ball. When the ball's in the air, you're as much entitled to the ball as the offensive player. You know, you might get a call, but if you back off and your hands are away from the ball and you bump the guy, they're going to call that every time.
Britt with the long jumper.
Get it, make or miss, and get the ball in transition and get an easy shot.
Davon Reed from deep, and the rebound pulled by Johnson. Here's Marcus Page, young man who's a junior. Up and down, so much expected of him. The preseason All-America has not had the season that they had hoped till this point. Has been hampered by injuries to both of his feet.
As you mentioned, Angel Rodriguez coming off the bench. McClellan, double team, turned it over. One of the few mistakes he's made. Tokoto.
That was a box set that was designed to get Marcus Page a jump shot. Here was another where they throw it inside and try and get a hand on it. One thing I think they might want to think about heading into the NCAA tournament, even the ACC tournament, is turning Marcus Page into a screener.
Jackson. Page, so Shaqiri misses the free throw. Young man who didn't start playing basketball until the age of 16 as a soccer player for the early part of his life, growing up in Cameroon.
Can you imagine J.P. Tokoto and Kanye Shaqiri on a soccer field?
Tokoto, a soccer player as well. Remarkable athlete. Bryce Johnson, boy, they have left him open. Floater, tough shot. Miami needed that one badly. 6 points for Newton off the bench. Newton, only a freshman out of Philadelphia. Cuts North Carolina's lead back down to 3. Johnson, right over the top, and we're tied at 50. First tie since they were even at 2 in the early seconds. Tokoto outside. Belly from deep. That's good.
To be loud. They're now starting to stand. Tokoto with a big rebound ahead to Jackson. Boy, how the game has picked up now. Look at have it down to 2. Had it down to 4. And now NC State doing a nice job stretching it back out. Jackson for 3. That's a big shot.
Sampson's first basket.
They gave him a lot of room on that right side to get a nice look at the rim.
4-point lead for Carolina. Zone here by Georgia Tech. Jackson's 3.
That's a good help timing and good block that time. That's the great thing about him. At the end of the count, you can throw it up high. He'll just get it.
The Mitchell miss. Hicks the rebound. Tokoto trending upward here. Page a deep 3.
Well, for the fans out there who don't know it, every day in the practice plan there was a word of the day and an emphasis for the day.
For Lammers all in the second half.
Showing some nice range there, about 15 feet.
Nick Britt's 3 is going.
Touch in the paint. And the rebound down to Meeks. He loves the long outlet pass. Tokoto to Bryce Johnson, and Carolina's on the board.
Boy, good job by Bryce Johnson.
Tyus Jones, maybe overshadowed a little bit this year by his buddy Jahlil Okafor, but Jones has had a sensational freshman year.
He has played great, and there's that back pick. Isaiah Hicks with the jam. Not enough pressure on the ball.
From the perimeter, the numbers are really good from both. Loose ball down to Tokoto. Carolina will look to push when they can.
Good pass.
And Britt will lay it in. Back-to-back baskets now for the Tar Heels.
Okay, just caught it in the exact same spot and easily was able to get that shot up.
And with the 3 threes tonight, he's now made a 3 as James strikes again. A little unexpected offense from Joel.
Hicks.
Britt playing with a lot of confidence. A little bit strong on the jumper. Offensive rebound. Tokoto. Wide open Page. And all of a sudden, Carolina's back within 4.
And Dan, that's why
Okafor not seeing a double team. Inadvertently put it through the legs of James and turned it over. 3-on-2 Carolina. Hicks will lay it in. The assist to Tokoto.
boy, nice body control.
0 for 6. Tokoto, the pass into Hicks, and Carolina's back on top.
Well, how about that?
Only his third made 3 of the year.
How about that? He's now 3 of 10. He just went from 22 to 30% in one fell swoop. Hicks blister his team at halftime because of their defensive deficiencies, but they haven't solved anything in the first 8 minutes. Now, some of that is because Pitt is just shooting at an incredible clip, but they're also getting open looks. Page on a back cut. It's an talking about scoring being not what you'd like it to be. Numbers down across the board. Pittsburgh, one of those teams that have a way of making teams look bad offensively. Well, today they've been picturesque offensively.
This 5 to 7 point lead feels pretty comfortable for North Carolina.
Yeah, the buckets are coming very easy for them from the elbow and in. Britt gets that one key. Here's Aaron Brown for 3. Way off the mark.
What a pass.
Hicks getting away from Batten, and now tough sledding of late. Play better on the road than they do at home. Brown has that one deflected. Johnson clears it.
Excellent defense by Page.
Page pumps from downtown. Nothing but not.
But basically, it's just been Meeks running the floor.
The shooting story, North Carolina, because of the point-blank range like that.
You're shooting for great looks, but they had a couple of open looks. If they can get them go down, it's a little bit different story. But nice job by North Carolina. Tough ball game on the road, and they hung on, and they're going to get the win here.
Yeah, you know, again, rebounding after the 2 losses, especially that second half against Louisville.
Now, Boston just trying to foul.
Yeah. Now there's no reason to be honest. It's too late. And there's Page with another layup. Too many of those.
So Atkins is off to a bit of a slow start, goes out, and the freshman Isaiah Wilkins has come in, number 21 for Virginia. And another bucket inside in Coral Gables. They won in double overtime.
They had 26 points and 8 assists, and that totally outdueled Angel Rodriguez down the stretch. Nate shot up with the right hand. And Carolina showing a 2-guard front.
Bryce Johnson. Quick spin.
87. That was the first year the three-point shot was allowed, and Rick Pitino used it to perfection to go to the Final Four. The year the General won the whole national title, beating Syracuse.
Carolina by 6 and the ball. Tokoto gives up the dribble. Jump shot by Page. He buries that. A 2. Gets it back outside. Allen lets fly. Rebound controlled by Tokoto. He wants to push the tempo. Jackson, a quick strike. Carolina with a 32-21 lead here in Louisville.
Well, James now gets minutes with Meeks out of there with those fouls. Good spacing, good movement of the ball.
Page thought better of it. Up top for Tokoto. Under 2 minutes before halftime. At the top, here's James to let fly. He sinks it, and they're all.
Benajay, another one of the most improved players in America. Only averaged about 4 points last year. Played great for the Orange.
More opportunity with the departure of Tyler Ennis to the NBA after 1 year at the Cuse. Bryce Johnson knocks it in from inside. Benajay underneath for Patterson. Well defended by Bryce Johnson. 4 minutes in, the action picking up. The Cuse by 3. Page for the tie. The assistant coach describes him as a shot maker. It's almost as if the more difficult it is, the more he's leaning or off balance, the higher likelihood it is that he's going to make it.
And that's okay. That's okay. When you have confidence and you make a few, you can live with some of those tough shots.
Nate Britt makes a three.
Part of 133 of those. Wow. And just an unbelievable time in my life. We're proud of him, and we're so happy. We're excited to see the next 1,000.
Well, if he's around for 1,000 more, we're really going to have a story. I don't think he'll be around for many more, however. He's still in great health. And at the top of his game, points for Benajay.
Really impressed with the growth of Benajay this year. He's really, again, taking that responsibility.
Well, to Johnson. He has all 6.
Passing by Tyler Roberson. Great finish by Raheem Christmas. It's nice to have big guys who can pass. That is a great luxury to have.
Very nearly another Carolina turnover. And Meeks just powers to the goal and scores. Christmas retreated.
Out of the big fella, only averaging 3 points a game. In fact, there are 3 7-footers. Oh, quick strike there, and it's
Florida State. They are hanging tough on the road. You could easily come in here at 2 and 4, hang your heads, not compete on the defensive end. They were teetering, I thought, in that first half, but they have been so competitive.
Tokoto, a determined drive, a pass, and they'll connect in close. It's only made 27%. So that opportunity by the boards. Nice pass by Tokoto underneath for Meeks.
It's not a good aid, Mr. Jackson. It's important for you. You better get to the glass.
Underway here in Winston-Salem. North Carolina coming off of an ugly yet effective win on Sunday over Virginia Tech. And getting things started.
Carolina and allowing points in transition. That is a recipe for disaster for the Demon Deacons.
An ugly shot from Greg McClinton. And there's Kennedy Meeks. With the way Wake Forest is defending, the Demon Deacons only need about 10 more of those for Middaglu. Either that or they better get a stop. Another layup for Bryce Johnson.
Was at Marquette. He said his offense couldn't even get going against North Carolina that night. That was in the Sweet 16. The Heels would win and then lose in the Elite Eight to Kentucky that year. Heels win the tip. 3 straight games decided by 2 points or less. You got to go back to January of '76, the last time that happened. But they're 3-1, and Bryce Johnson makes it 2-0.
I really like to see Virginia Tech. They'll go to some of their half-court sets. Try to get some fouls with some of these big guys. They're a smaller basketball team. Got good athletes. Let me see them get some fouls in North Carolina. Be aggressive.
They're going to play a lot of zone tonight. They do it against a 3 from Jackson.
But he's got to know somebody's picking up his man because his man's going to roll.
Mueller found himself open. Could not knock down the 3. Meeks clears. Page on the push. Johnson from Tokoto. Oh, that's a great look by J.P. English off the glass. He's got
a nice offensive game.
He does.
There you go. That's what you want.
And we got a right to Kennedy.
Washington plays with a lot of confidence. You won't see him put his head down after missing a few baskets.
Tokoto was able to keep it alive on near steal by Trevor Lacey. And by keeping it alive,
I think you got to leave him right now for the confidence and the psyche of their team. He's an older guy, redshirt senior. He should be able to keep himself out of foul trouble. It's a little easier for a wing.
Duck in by Kennedy Meeks.
NC State will continue to stay in this 2-3 zone. The soft spot is in the middle. The ACC, if Carolina can get it there, they'll find some opportunities or get it to Marcus Page.
His game's in a danger area right now for North Carolina State.
No question about it.
Kennedy Meeks goes backdoor. A great.
This is pressure. They're playing way too fast in the last 4 possessions.
Tokoto sets up Johnson, who uses the window.
Last year against Louisville, put 32 on the board. They're looking for a magical performance out of Marcus Page. He has not played up to preseason first-team All-American status.
And Roy Williams looking for a little bit more consistency from his inside players. Kennedy Meeks, Bryce Johnson. Louisville will start in the 2-3 matchup zone, as they almost always do. Meeks will step out, hit a 15-footer.
He had a breakout game last year also.
Johnson, who's come out playing a little bit of fire in him today.
You know, Harrell early in the year was so dominant. He still has great numbers on him.
Whoa! Tokoto to Johnson.
With the block shot, I thought you scored that, baby. Usually front like that. You call that goaltending.
How about the year Rozier's having? He's averaging better than 20 points per game over his last 8 games. Just a sophomore.
Rick Pitino said he idolizes Dwayne Wade.
Kennedy meets.
Has just come with a decision. And the decision is that Urban Meyer will win his 3rd national title.
Hayes.
Oh, they needed it.
And Rozier's got 23. And Harrell's hurt now, grimacing as he plays back on defense. Tokoto, Johnson.
Carolina ball to begin the second half. Marcus Page, Justin Jackson, J.P. Tokoto, Bryce Johnson. The only man not to touch it so far is Kennedy Meeks. Same 5 that started the game out there to start the second half for Roy Williams. Johnson, nicely done. He has 6.
Offense and penetrate and pitch and have open looks. It's amazing what that does for a 3-point percentage.
Another nice offensive rebound by Tokoto. Pinson. Perhaps he can help.
There you go.
On the move, and that one's going to be blocked out of the sky. Deflected right to Page. Comes in averaging 14 a game. Carolina's top scorer. Up top here for Jackson. And now Tokoto could really be a highlight reel. Now a nice feed for Meeks and 2.
Well, you've got an outstanding offensive half for either team.
And just 7 points for the Tigers and almost halfway through the first half. Tokoto with a lob and the stuff by Johnson. Tokoto looking inside. Johnson, they connect again for the stuff.
One of the things you probably talked about in that locker room is, guys, we are not playing to a score. We're playing to a Carolina standard. So let's sustain our energy and finish this thing with another strong 20 minutes.
They get off to a nice start with a quick strike.
Takes the legs of the Clemson player out, and that's why the crowd reacted the way it did.
Up top for Meeks with 9 in the first half. Tokoto always looking. Finds Johnson again. Those two are pretty. Well, they've already taken 4 shots on the possession. Nice dish underneath. James will lay it in off the window at the left hand and no one. Carolina, remember, averaging 81 points a game. That's tipped by Clemson. Tokoto bouncing for the youngster Jackson. Johnson calling for the ball on that baseline. Didn't get it. Tokoto looking inside. James sets the screen. Long one, Page. Yes. Looking pretty.
To adjust to that, they're just going to have to start making shots and see if they can make North Carolina go small.
Through a 3. And Tokoto the rebound. Tried to dump it to Jackson. It deflected to Johnson, and Bryce Johnson stuffs it home. 23 of 46 misfires. Here's Tokoto. One sequence of zone out of the try. Page, a left-handed 3, good.
Yeah, he really hasn't been looking for his.
And he can carry a team on the offensive end. So they're a little concerned with the shooting right now, but not overly concerned. But one thing they bring every single night is that. Call it different things. They all call it different things. And in this new age of analytics, which has become a scary word for most people, it's the same message that's been talked about in basketball for the last 40 years. It's just called something else these days.
So we just used to call them what? You used to call them stats back then as Jackson fires away. That's an
turnover in the last about a minute 20 for Carolina. They've not been sharp with the ball here in the second half.
Tokoto inside, Hicks with an easy one.
Season. Jackson ties it with that little floater. And they try to get it. Does a steal. Tokoto. Here's Jackson. Drives, puts it up, is fouled. Over the line.
One of the best in the country at attacking the offensive glass.
Kennedy Meeks shows and then finds Marcus Page. There's his first miss. But a steal. Tokoto will pass. Yes, he will pass.
Yes. Time will be really important.
Jumper Pinson. Thompson is there defensively. The rebound off the glass. And Kennedy Meeks has 2 more.
With the zone from a rebounding standpoint, and they're going to have to get points in the paint moving forward.
Back it comes to Britt. Marcus Page back on the floor now, number 5. Tokoto. Under 12 to go. first half. Joel James. It's almost a home game for Fauci, living as he does in Sisters, Oregon. Tokoto.
I tell you what a luxury. An opportunity about a count earlier in that possession. Just not able to get the attention of the official on that one.
Nice. Back outside. 10 on the shot clock.
Good enough job. Now can you contain if you force the miss and get that defensive backboard?
2 on the shot clock. Wow.
No matter how.
What are you feeling so far in this building as it pertains to energy?
Well, right now, there's certainly a lot of Carolina blue that traveled to Greensboro, so it's really kind of a neutral floor type of game. And right now, North Carolina's list. He's not right now, and that's going to change, but he's a guy that definitely should be on that list. Andrew Rousey of UNC Asheville.
And when you talk about leading scorer in all of college basketball.
At 5'10".
At 5'10", that's amazing. Nice lob. And if
Page on the drive, kicks it out. And Brook came up short. Another opportunity. Marcus.
The thing he brings is the shooting ability. He knows how to be successful against this North Carolina team. He was a member of the 2012 Florida State team that beat North Carolina in the ACC championship, but a different group.
On offense so far, another good look, but an air ball. On the run out. Jumper is good. That's Nate.
In any level of basketball he plays, but that's where he's improved is his ability to defend and stay in plays using that length.
Hicks, slam off a Tokoto.
You know, in the Carolina blue.
White on a 3. Boy, they are now 0 of 7 from behind the arc. Half of those have not hit the rim. Inside. Another slam for Isaiah. Won a national championship at Lynn JUCO, and then won, of course, a national championship with the Auburn Tigers. Give and go. Easy dunk. True. Johnson. Wheels and deals. Meeks sneaks it in with the left.
I know some Duke guys and Carolina guys that do literally hate each other.
Another rebound for Johnson. Tack that on to his career high. He's got 17 carries. Tokoto looking to create. That's creation.
He's doing some stuff that's relatively difficult that a lot of point guards aren't doing in college basketball right now.
Great point. He came in leading the team in assists. He's got 7 today. He's going for 8 right here. Got it.
Yeah, too. Coming out of high school, he had a 4.08 GPA, Marcus Page. He's a leader. He's so well-liked, well-respected. Started off a little bit slow his freshman year. State of Iowa's been good to Roy Williams. Harrison Barnes. What about Collison? What about LaFrance? I mean, Heindrich. They're all Iowa kids who play for Kansas.
It's a little easier to get them to come to Kansas, I would think, than to come to North Carolina. Tokoto with the drive on the baseline. Oh, great. Bounce pass down. Well, they are waiting.
Oh, what a good
pass by Tokoto.
That was great.
Giselle.
Look at that harassing the ball.
Jumps out from the baseline. No good. Rebounded by Meeks.
I see a little Uncle Mo swinging a little bit to Chapel Hill.
Meeks now with 7 rebounds. Lob goes inside. Great hands to hang on to that ball.
The other way. In the corner for a 3. Carter not there. Tokoto skies to bring it down. Jackson for 3.
Well, out of control that time. Tried to go to the jump stop and just threw it up. Ill-advised shot.
Tokoto guarded by Devin Robinson back in. Gives it back door, and it's wide. Alford, deep 3.
that shot. I don't either, Seth. I don't like that shot either.
Little hero ball there. Play through your teammates.
Barry gets the screen. Jackson on the wing. Meeks straight away, 17, good.
A little short. Nice job by Powell to knock it away.
Page trying to throw it outside. Powell had it briefly. Tokoto gets it back. Carolina has Page open and hitting a 3 to NCAA tournaments.
Just need to get that ball moving more in their half-court offense. You know, get it moving side to side, make the defense shift, and then dribble into the gaps, as opposed to what Alford and Powell have done, Tom, is just try to drive into the teeth of the defense without a screen and without ball movement.
Yeah, and you watch Carolina on the other end, they absolutely have great ball movement.
A 3 is there for
another one to get off to, and Andrew Travis is going to be a big key in this game. Not only his ability as an undersized 5 to rebound, but to pull guys away from the basket.
Jackson with a drive to tie the game.
That was a heck of a rebound by Marcus Page. Didn't just take off. He stayed to rebound with his bigger compatriots.
Scoring's a little more balanced in the early going for Carolina this year. Page has more help than he had at times last year. Great feed from Tokoto. Meeks has had a couple of double-doubles already this season. Also a very good outlet passer. Carolina fans will remember the Louisville game last year. He had an enormous afternoon. Tough catch by Hicks.
Has the presence of mind to get it out to Alex Barlow, who's stepping into that 3 unguarded.
Johnson with a spinning 8.
By Peyton Aldridge.
That was unfortunate for Carolina. He threw it in right under the bucket. That's what the coach says. Never throw it right by your basket.
We're seeing already how active UNC is defensively. A couple of blocks. There's a big 3 hammered down on the outside, but
able to finish.
He almost scored that with his forearm. 12-9 Davidson. Page against Sullivan, who went over the screen. And now the skip to Pinson. The touch to the inside. And banked in nicely by Isaiah Hicks. Yeah, hit by Hicks, but saved to Barham. And a tough shot there over Hicks. And again, Carolina quickly with the board and down the floor.
Carolina doing a real nice job rebounding every ball.
Power move there, and Hicks gets the and one.
That's the way they want to play, to try to get Mickelson some shots. Those good threes, knock them down and try to get back in the game.
And there's Hicks with the 2-hand jam.
Another great look by...
Inside out, Stewart for 3. Page thought about it instead, backs it out.
The lob will be open on the baseline.
How sweet it is. 3-pointer miss by Pryor. Tar Heels in transition, look out. Jackson off the glass. 3 ball by Minnie. Tokoto to board. And quickly ahead to Johnson. Page should move underneath the glass.
Long shots lead to
way up.
5 rebounds now for Bryce Johnson.
Nice.
Approaching 2 minutes to play.
Bryce Johnson is still open along that baseline when the ball goes to the right side. He's open now.
And the end one opportunity coming for Bryce
to make a better angle for him to make that pass.
It's 3 to shoot off the glass. 4 to Johnson, and here comes the outlet. Tokoto. Jackson and one.
Can beat you off the bounce. Impressive tonight.
And with the shot clock turned off, North Carolina would like to have the final possession of this first half.
And folks, just to put it in perspective, Marquise Reed, number 2 in blue, he's a freshman. A true freshman at that.
You told me to look out for him earlier today.
Yes.
8 seconds left. With authority, Isaiah Hicks.
Points. That is interior dominance by those 2 guys.
North Carolina basketball as we get things underway in our second half. Second game of the season for both of these teams.
Watch Tokoto looking for that lob as the ball reverses.
And the play for Marcus Page. Second three ball to ball. Jones with a big three-pointer. At least from his perspective, to try to get things going in the second game of the year.
Hands.
And Jackson quickly. Carolina basketball carrying the basketball beautifully tonight. Meeks and Johnson have combined for 44 points. Robert Morris has 47 in this game. Jackson inside, he has 13.
Isaiah Hicks runs down the loose ball rebound. Carolina quickly the other way. Britt, though, cut off by the top of the zone. It's a 2-3 look. Tar Heels alley-oop. Tokoto to hit, board and in. Roy Williams badly wanted to travel as he thought Ferguson took too many steps. Central in the zone again. Tokoto crosses right corner to Page. Got it for three. Yeah, he did. When he pulled that down, he was excitable. 50-36. Carolina the other way. Barry to the free throw line, loops it out to Jackson. Was ready to shoot, but couldn't do it. Goes left sideline to Tokoto. Finds a cutting Jackson. What a pass by Tokoto for out of him tonight. Ferguson into the paint. Spins and misses from 12 feet away. Johnson with the easy board. Hands it off to Britt. Carolina front court with 6:53 to play and a 16-point lead. Open in the right corner. Tokoto crosses the floor to Britt. Three-pointer left corner. Got it.